Well, next morning, there she is. She's all cleaned out. And got a fair amount of rain last night, but I had the high school kid that works for me run over and start cultivating this morning. So he's on like that hard clay ground, kind of like this. And he says, yeah, you get a single pass. He FaceTimed me and it's fluffing it up with a field cultivator. So I may get something planted this evening, which would be awesome because, man, I got a lot of ground to plant. I'm going to get this bull out of here. The cattle actually got a pretty good amount of dry, open area to be on here yet before I open them up into pasture. I mean, they probably actually got 20 good acres of good dry ground. That's why I always like them to calve out on pasture, because if I'm going to have any, pneumonia or anything, it's always if they're born really early and they're in the mud. Last time I had real early calves, they were like, I had one pop out around first week of May. I was wintering cattle way up there feeding them. Again, they had a huge open area, but that calf hung around by the round bale feeders, and I got one that got sick. And usually by the time I get them, get the vet out here, there's no hope for them. But she gave him a shot of one of them long-acting 3-day anti-respiratory. I forget which one. But then she didn't have penicillin, and she goes, give him a shot of penicillin. I go, they had a shortage on penicillin. I was able to go to TSC of all places and get penicillin. And I got the penicillin, and lo and behold, I mean, calf pulled through, no problem. But that's the only thing. If I'm going to get a respiratory infection, it's because they were kind of in a cool, damp, muddy area. And those of you that calve like that know all too well. You get them out here, it's easy, if they're in dry area, but geez, I guess anything can happen. Yeah, so I'm gonna as soon as I get a rainy day, he's got to get out of here first. Got a nice little pasture over at a retired school teacher's house that he'll go to for the summer. He'll come back in August. I'll probably take him up to Michigan State for a bull test. He's looking a little bit scraggly. He is a yearling though, so maybe he's just going through a growth spurt here, But all right, gonna get to the field. All things are good. Bouncing around in a tractor farming is tough, but boy, watching little calves being out in the field on a nice sunny spring day is the best feeling. This was earlier in the week. One pass with the disc and field cultivator. That's the best we could do. This is today, one pass with the field cultivator. Today, 2 passes with the field cultivator. Still got some chunks. Basically root chunks. Some spots break up better than others.